Hello everybody, my name is Ochara, and this is Mad Games Tycoon 2, another run for me. This run's going to be a little different though. You notice my name of my company is Ochara Consoles. We are going to focus really hard on consoles this time. Now, I'm still going to make games, but the games are going to be made basically just to be console exclusives. That's it, just to sell more consoles. Consoles are going to be my priority. We will leave it on medium difficulty. I think that's our best bet because we want to get into consoles as soon as possible. As far as map, I guess we'll use the European Manor map, the new map. I don't really think it matters for the map which one we do. This run is going to be a little different in one other way. It's going to be edited. If you want to see unedited Mad Games Tycoon 2 footage, I have multiple runs of it. They're linked in the description down below. Check them out. So it is still going to be multiple episodes. I'm not sure how many at this point, but we will see. Random platform popularity. We do not want that because we want to measure ourselves against the NES and the Super NES and the PlayStation and the PlayStation 2 and the Xboxes of the world, right? So I don't think I'm going to do any of these random things. This is the only one I'm thinking about. The platform popularity increases platform lifetime. And platform means console, right? No, you know what? We're just going to leave it off. We're going to leave it base. And I mean, let's see how many consoles we can sell here. It's going to be interesting. So, but right now we're just trying to get into consoles as soon as possible. So I'm going to set up my initial studio, probably make a game or two, and then I will be back with an update. Okay, I have my basics set up down now. We got the toilets, we got the lounge, got an 11-person development room, got a 5-person research room, got myself. I hired one other person. They're hardware and engineering, which is obviously great because that's going to be for console development, but doesn't really help me right now. But it's slim pickings on the job market right now. Marketing support we don't need right now, although, I mean, Lucky's nice, but and talented. So maybe I'll hire, you know what? I'm going to hire them as well. We will eventually need marketing support. Now, obviously, we're just going to leave them in the research room. So right now, I'm going to have to develop games by myself, but let's get these gameplay features done first. Out of the way, we're just going to try to make some games. So that we need $10 million to research console development. So that's our big hurdle right now, right? If we're focused on console development, obviously we need to be able to actually make consoles. All right, so let's see if there's any new music and sound. There is a graphic designer, and they do have all-rounder, which is nice, but untalented, they learn slowly, and unlucky, never get critical work results. Those are arguably the two worst traits you can have, in my opinion. But we got music and sound, so we'll hire the music and sound person. Let's get through this. We're also going to research skill game because that's the trend. That is the trendy game. But there's some other things, some other decisions we're going to have to make, or I'm going to have to make in regards to consoles. What our strategy is going to be, like sale price. Do we, to really maximize sales, do we just make them really cheap? But if we do that, are we still going to be able to be profitable enough? Because we do need to keep our heads afloat, right? Like, I can't just completely focus on consoles. I do need to make some money. I need to make enough money to get by, right? Which might be hard. So let's go skill game. Frogs. Call it Frogget. Kind of like Frogger, except not. Oh my god, nice typo. All right, so we're gonna get a couple games done here. We're gonna see, what kind of money we have. We're gonna get QA first, but it's all about getting the $10 million to make a console. So yeah, I'm gonna get a couple games out here. I will be back with an update. I have a few games out in the market now. They're decent games. Skill games in particular are easy to make at this point. So I got some good skill games. I think I'm going to do a puzzle game now. We're researching quality assurance, which is nice. That'll help. But the money is starting to roll in. We're at 600,000 already, and like the quality assurance research cost 200,000. We're having bad luck getting employees though. I still don't have a programmer. The only programmer that's available is Unlucky, which we talked about. We don't like Unlucky. We only have we have one actual researcher in here. The other two are like a marketing person and a hardware person. So that kind of sucks. Actually, other than the programmer thing, though, this room's not too bad. Technically, I'm a programmer, but, you know, we got 2 music, 2 graphics. So we need another game designer. Probably help as well. But things are coming together okay. So let's make a puzzle game here. And hopefully by the time the puzzle game is done, actually, let's bang it. It's me some work first. Actually, and I made a contract game. I should point that out because there is an achievement. We're doing create a contract game plus 1% own consoles sold. So obviously, any of these achievements that add to my consoles sold, we're going to prioritize those. Like having a platform of at least 70%. I think there's 4 or 5 total for consoles sold. Third-person shooter, but that doesn't come till later. There's one to publish an AI's game somewhere in here. That will have to do. Did I skip it? Anyway, developer of the year, no. I think I skipped by it. I was going too fast. Maybe I didn't. Anyway, there's an achievement to publish an AI's game for console sold. So lately I haven't been doing self-publishing, but I think I'm going to have to this time just because I clearly want that, right? Here it is. Publish a game from an NPC company. Plus 1% on consoles sold. So we'll have to do that. We will have to publish at some point, but that will likely not be today. As it is, I'm going to make a puzzle game here. Probably come back once we get our QA room up and running. I just want to give a quick update before that. I have a QA department up and running. We're looking good. We're working on another adventure game. Because we have an adventure game. We got skill, adventure, skill, puzzle. I'd like to just spam skill games, but our fans get bored if we do that, and we don't want to do that. So this game will be good because we have QA, or should be good. Should be better anyway. Be a little more expensive to make, though. So now what do we want to research? Obviously, can't do console development yet. I mean, I could do the graphics studio or marketing. Because on this map, this second building, it's really cheap, 340,000. And you can get this one for 1.1. Like, technically, we could buy both of these right now. So we have all kinds of space. So let's go. We could do subtopic as well, which is nice because it lets you get experience in multiple topics at a time. Marketing be really good. Actually, workshop would be good too, because that would allow us to we can put our technicians in there to get training before our consoles are ready to start getting made, right? Because, yeah, right now there's literally 2 consoles out there. There's the Tapple and the, what's the other one called? Let's do marketing first. There's the Tapple and the Fairtech. And now that we have 5 games, well, our 4 and our contract game is 5. We're making this current game, the Secret Agent Man, for both. So let's go. Let's get this done. Let's see let's see what the review score is for this. All right, so we just gotta wait for QA to come in, get rid of the bugs. Now, adventure games aren't the easiest to make at this stage of the game. They get better later on. It's hard to get a high review score in adventure games, unfortunately. But hopefully we did. Yeah, 50 to 70s. All right, search publisher. All right, so we've been doing different publishers, but we're focusing on Taidu. We want to get a 5 relationship with Taidu because they have a nice high market strength. Once we get 5 parts with them, we're going to sign a publisher exclusive contract with them, and that will help everything else. So this is good. Hopefully close to 70. Oh yeah, beautiful, 68%. That's what we were hoping for. All right, so I'm gonna make another skill game, I think, here. Get that out because that'll be a moneymaker. And when I come back, we're gonna buy some property. We're gonna expand with some new rooms. Should be good. I did buy this other property down here. I got a marketing team ready to go in here. I've been doing some special marketing, doing some demos, getting some demos out for my games, which is nice. I got a game ready to go, Fantasia 2 here. Should be good. I think the estimated review score is 70 to 90%. there's one thing I need to do here, and that is to sign a publisher exclusive contract, because we have 5 stars of Tadu. So for 60 months, we have to publish with them. We can't self-publish, we can't publish with anybody else. But they give me $200,000 right away, and they now pay $10 to me per game instead of 7. That's an extra $3 per game, right? When you're selling hundreds of thousands of copies, that matters. That adds up. So let's sign this contract. And like I said, 200,000 right in my bank account. I'm also obviously going to have a graphic studio down here. I just need to finish this research. And there is also, there's checkpoints. I think there was something else in the gameplay feature category. And there is an engine feature. I think it's like 2D primitive block graphics or whatever. So as soon as the graphic studio is done, we're going to get that. Let's take a look and see how good Fantasia 2 is. It is a sequel. It's my second sequel. I also did a Frog It 2. The beauty of sequels is you get free hype, right? They come with 35 hype, and eventually you can build up IP value, which also helps, make sales. Because although consoles are, the focus of this run, the best way to sell consoles is to have really good exclusive games. So and really good consoles, of course, naturally. I kind of don't want to make another game until I get all this research done. I'm going to need a bigger research team probably when I buy this. But so this is 1.1 million, but also over here, these are a little bigger. These are 1.5. There's 2 of them. So we'll be able to pick those up pretty soon as well, if needed. We're not going to buy them unless we need them. And then there's this big one in the middle, which is 100 million, which, obviously we are nowhere near doing that, but that's fine. We'll get it eventually. Let's do a quick game report here for Fantasia 2 and quick commission work. So yeah, I'm gonna come back once I get the graphic studio in, and we'll get an engine on the go, and our own engine, or multiple of our own engines probably, and we'll see where that takes us. Okay, things are happening. We got role-playing game research available, so our research team is doing that. We have our own engine now. I made one engine. I made it for adventure games because we're going to make an adventure game. We also have a graphic studio, obviously not full yet, only 4 of 10. But we're using our marketing team to search for graphics artists to fill this room. So let's make a new adventure game. We want to make a sequel. We've only made a couple, and neither of those is really worth it, I don't think. So let's do a fresh adventure game. Adventure. Main topic, we will go aliens. I do not know if alien will work with adventure, but we're gonna try it. Probably won't. That's fine. So there you go. Adventure engine coming in hot. Tapple. Fairtech. Oh, I can't wait to make games for my own consoles. It's coming. It's coming soon. We have 5.5 million in the bank. We'll be at that 10 million soon. So we got 2D line graphics. And we know where we want our sliders from experience. So let's just let's copy those sliders, make sure they're right. I think they are. We just did a run where we figured out the sliders. We know where the sliders are supposed to go. Turn on everything that matters, which is only 5 of 7 things. And so I should talk about this. I'm assuming most people watching this are going to be experienced players of this game, but in case you're not, there is 3 different colors possible in the corner here. Red means that feature doesn't make sense for that genre. Yellow means it makes sense. Green, which there's none of here, but green means it's extremely important, which is the reason why skill games are so good right now. All 7 things would apply if we were making a skill game, and I think 4 of them would be green, which means that you can make a really good skill game. It's easier to get a good review on a skill game at this point than say an adventure game, but we're gonna go all out with this one. Hopefully it pays off. But we also got our first console thing. This research is for a console, but we can't research that because we don't have console development research. All right, so we got an all-arounder graphics designer, so that is actually going to go in our main development room because having all-arounders there is good. All right, so we got 1 more. That's 5. That's enough. Let's cancel that. I mean, we're going to want more graphics artists eventually, but right now, with only making size B games, 5 graphics artists is more than enough. They can whip through it pretty quick. So we're going to market our new game, Alien Quest. All right, so yeah, I'm going to get this game ready for market. We're going to get this out. Probably next time I come back, we'll have this property bought and we'll have a sound studio and maybe a workshop or support or a bigger research team, something. We'll have something down there. And hopefully we'll be closing in on the 10 million mark when I come back. I bought the other property down here. I have a sound studio. I have a support team. I kind of forgot, like what I wanted to do was have a lounge similar to this and a toilet similar to that. But I built this giant sound studio, and then when I went to put support in, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot a lounge and a bathroom. And I mean, look, people can walk all the way up here to go on break out of the bathroom. That's what these people have to do, but that's a little much. That's a little bit of a long walk, so I just jammed a little one in here. It kind of sucks. And the support room, for anybody who doesn't know what they do, this little bar right here, number of calls, letters, and emails. Well, not so much emails in 1978, but number of calls and letters that we were getting from our fans. You need a support department to answer those questions and calls. If you don't, and this queue gets full, you start losing fans, which isn't good. We don't want to lose fans. So we just have 2 people working in here for now. That should be enough. We can put some more in eventually. Just like we only have 5 of 10 here, but while we're only making these size B games, that's plenty. So yeah, we're continuing to put out good games. I think I'm gonna do a second role-playing game here. Puzzles the trend, but we just did a puzzle game. Racing is once again the negative trend. We did one RPG so far. First fantasy. Fantasy is the negative trend, so we're definitely not going to do fantasy here. Oh, role-playing games, A, popular with 80%, and B, not saturated, which is the dream. Aliens? I thought I did subtopic. I must not have researched subtopic. For some reason, I thought I did. We will call this, I don't know, Alien something. Alien Hunters. Sure. All right, so I'm going to get this role-playing game out. Continue to kick out some games. We're at 8.7 million. So let's just hold off on this game for a sec. Let's talk about our money. So 10 million is where we can research console development. But before that, what I was thinking about doing is buying one of these properties over here and putting in a nice big research room and filling it up with researchers. Because if I remember correctly, like the console development, that big $10 million research takes a long time. So I'd kind of want to get a bigger research team before then. So I think I might do that. We got a good flow of money coming in. I'm not worried about that. We'll get up to 10 million pretty soon. Like, I'm not concerned. But God, I cannot wait to being able to pick my own consoles in the screen. And we'll be doing this. We'll be doing exclusive game and or manufacturer exclusive games. The vast majority of the time. Unless money's tight, and then maybe we'll pimp out our games on PC or whatever, but most of them are going to be exclusive. Anyway, I'm going to get this game out. We'll come back, and hopefully we'll be doing console development by then. Okay, everybody, it's happening. We're over 10 million in the bank. I did what I said I was going to do. Bought this over here, much bigger research room. Let's end automation on this. And you know what this means. Console development, $10 million, so I am broke now, but that's okay. This consoles is what we're here for. So we're just going to put our console development right here, console development room right here. Let's take this off automatic. We don't need to spend 5 million to to unlock production right now. We are going to do production at some point because we want that achievement. So I have my marketing team looking for technicians for my console development room, which doesn't exist yet. Yeah, let's get this game out. Frogget 3. So this research room, actually, we can torch this, and then which allows us to expand this room. So that'll be good for our QA team. How many more desks can we fit in here? 5 more, I'm gonna say. Could probably squeeze a 6th if I really wanted to, maybe. 5 it is. That's fine. I'm gonna need another heater as well. All right, so we're getting there, folks. Console development is being researched, so I'm going to research that, research the console features that we have, and then we're going to come back and we're going to make our first console. I'm excited. I hope you are too. Quick update. We got our first really good review score. We had a couple that were like just over 90, but 97% for First Fantasy 2. I know that's a bit of a, you know, well, having more than one Final Fantasy is also a bit of a, you know, misnomer. But wow, 97%. I am quite happy with that because pretty sure my last RPG wasn't that good. Alien Hunters was not that well rated, I don't think. Best games of all time. First Fantasy 2, yeah. 91% was our best one before that. So that's a huge jump. I'm honestly not sure why. Like, I mean, I've had my sliders locked in for most of these for a while. But anyway, update. How's the research coming down here? 74%. I'm glad I built this bigger room that holds more researchers because even with 12 people working on it, it's taken a while. So you see these people with these little red question marks over their head. So these are technicians that I've hired in preparation for console development. I just don't have a place to put them yet, so they're just kind of wandering around. Yeah, I think I probably have enough of them now. It's probably more than I needed, honestly. Wait, what happened here? Oh, is that when I put out... Oh, so when I put out Angel Tears 3, sales of Angel Tears 2 went in the tank. All right, so you got to be careful with sequels, I guess. Because that was selling really well. I mean, it's still a good game at maybe 3.5 million. At any rate, I got 10 million in the bank again, so money is not going to be an issue. But I think it's time to in a little gap here, make some more games, and when I come back, we'll be making ourselves a console. It is time. We have a console development room ready to go here. You notice it is empty though. I did buy this property up here and put in a training room, mostly to train, not music and sound. Oh no, hardware and engineering. So we trained them up a couple times. You know, they still got a ways to go, but hey, 35 being the lowest, 58 being the highest, that's pretty decent. I mean, did we have 11 of them? 12? 11? Yeah, we can make a console in a reasonable amount of time with that many. I might try to get a couple more people in here. All right, so I think I had, yeah, there we go. 128 bytes on cartridge. We just researched that. We just finished research that. So we'll call this the Lucera VGS. That's Video Game System. I mean, it's the late 70s. That's what they had, right? They had these weird names. Well, some of them did. We will include 2 controllers. We don't have an option for case. We don't have an option for controller yet. What game do we want to include in there? Maybe the original First Fantasy we'll throw in. Angel Tears 2. Something good, but something that's off the market. Let's throw in Angel Tears 2. Sure. And we will turn on all these features. We had to research all these, but that is done. So we got keyboard support, we got a reset button, and we have turbo mode. Nice. We have a console being made, folks. We're gonna have to market it, but we got time for that because consoles do take a long time to make. Let's just watch the 1% went faster than I thought it would, honestly. Is there any more technicians out on the market? There is. Sick. Crestiverse isn't bad. Unlucky we don't like those. This one's talented, learns faster. Walther, you're hired. All right, what is my marketing team doing right now? Oh yeah, I'm doing a TV spot for Angels Ascent 2, which I think is going to be a good game. But we are not so much concerned with games now. Now that we have a console, I mean, this is what it's for. The games are just here to sell consoles, right? We're just going to make exclusive games to sell consoles, and we're going to see. We're going to try, right? Is there a way to check console charts? Best-selling consoles. So right now, the Atari. Now, this doesn't include computers, right? It's just consoles, but this is who we're competing with. So for our first one, at the very least, I'd like to, I don't know if we're going to be able to knock off Atari, but at the very least, I'd like to get ahead of the Rodman and the Astro Arcade and all these other crappy ones, right? We will see. Time will tell. I will be back once this console is ready to go to market. It is time. It is time to release Lucera VGS to the masses. We got it up to 93 hype. I do not want to spend $500,000 and wait the amount of time just to get 7 more hype on another TV spot. So we're going to ship it out. Also, we have a game over here, Angel's Tears 4, which is supposed to be 80 to 100%. Oh, and hey, look at that. It's only going to be for the Lucera VGS. This is my shocked face. Just kidding. I am not shocked at all. So, let's see how good this console is. That's the question. Now, we didn't really have anything extra on it. So, like, it's the base pieces except for that one cartridge size thing. So I don't expect it to be amazing. But as long as it's solid. All right, so now here's the question. What do we want to price it at? Usually, I go up to $25 profit. And then I hit automatic. So as the production costs of the console go down, the price goes down. I'm going to go 10. That's what the game puts it at. So part of me thinks that that's a good spot. At some point, we will experiment with this to see how the sales go. We'll put it up, we'll put it down. Like at some point, we're going to do a console. Well, let us go. It won't let us go below 0. At some point, we're going to do a console where we only make $1, just to see how much more sales we get off that. Right now, though, I'm okay with $10. Our games are making us a ton of money. We have 43 million to make, but now that our games are going to be at least primarily exclusives, if not all exclusives, it's going to get a little harder to make money, right? 4 stars, 7.9 out of 10. That's okay. I'm okay with that. That's fine. So now we can also release this game. So let's finish development there. What do we want to do? Let's quickly do special marketing for it. We'll release a beta demo. We'll do a pre-release for the press. And we'll see. Pre-release for the press. All right. Oh, wow. I sold 28,000 consoles last week somehow. Not sure who bought them since there wasn't any games. Games are coming, though, folks. The games are coming. Angel's Tier 4. Hey, if you want to play this classic game, folks, you got to buy a Lucera VGS. It's just that simple. Yes, 94%. That should drive sales. Pretty good. But I'm really happy with those sales. Like 89,000 already. Like, look at these. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to pass the Beartech here. No time. Yeah, Atari. I don't know if I'm going to be able to take down the Atari 2600. That's going to be tough. Now the question becomes, and we got to kind of be strategic about this. So there's eight levels of tech in this game. There's 8 tech levels, right? 8 generations of console, essentially. So whenever we make a console, the one we just made, obviously, just had the basic of everything, right? But like here, we've already researched something better, right? 1024 bytes instead of 128. So the question is, once we have all the best tech level 1 stuff, do we put out another stationary console? I could put out a handheld right now. Or do I want to wait a bit until we get better? Right? So that's the question. Every tech level, there's two sound chips, for example. There's 2 graphics chips. There's 2 processors in each tech level. So there'll be 2 tech level 1 processors. Then there'll be 2 at tech level 2. So do we want to make, what do we want our strategy to be? And maybe we'll try different things. Do we want, like, as soon as we get the tech level 2 stuff, do we want to immediately make a console? Or do we want to wait until we get the better tech level 2 stuff? Or do we make one of each? Right? That's the question. And let me know. And gun to my head, I'd be leaning to stationary, make it as soon as we can, as soon as we hit that tech level. Whereas the handheld, because generally speaking, we're going to be waiting for the screen. Like the tech level 2 screen will be like the last tech level 2 thing we get. So maybe we'll wait on the handhelds. Let me know in the comments what you think. And let me know in the comments where do you think the Lucera VGS is going to end up on this chart at the end, and it's going to take a while before we really know, but considering how it's selling already, I'm excited. I'm excited to just do this playthrough and experiment, and because I've never really leaned hard into consoles like this. So I'm just going to take pause off. I want to see how many copies we sell of Angel Tears 4. Not many. Basically 10% of what we would sell of a normal game, but it's going to drive these sales, right? And that's what it's all about. As long as we make our money back here, which we should, then I'm happy. But that's going to be all for episode 1. Let me know in the comments what you think, especially people who've been watching me play this game for a while. Do you like the edited version? Do you prefer unedited? I just want to try something a little different here, so let me know. And hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Most importantly, be good to each other. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.